I was very used to Caro not listening. This is the whole point, okay? Caro didn't listen to me for years. And now she dated, they broke up, and then they dated another guy. What did I say the first day I meet him and talk to him?
It's a hard no.
It's a hard no. Like, run. And she's like, well, I just want to hang out with, like, hook up a little bit because she's feeling a little bit. Like, listen to me, you guys. And I get you women. I know it. You're like, whatever. It's just for fun. What was so fun? What ended up happening?
We ended up going off like 10 months.
10 months later. And not only that, was it fun? No, bitch. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. Today, my twin is here, and I'm so excited. Caro, say hi.
Hi.
So I call her Caro, but her name is Caroline Lore. And this is such a huge, you don't understand. She has been my muse for years. And her story is so important that I share with you. Okay? Lil, and I call her Lil too. You're gonna be like,
and Jerry, and I call you Tom.
We're ridiculous. Lil, so this is something that I want you to be open and vulnerable because, by the way, you guys, you understand, I'm the one that's very like, I put my life out there, and she's always like, I'm more private. Like, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, she was asking me for some wine before we did this podcast. She's like, can I get some wine?
I was mostly kidding. Like, kind of serious.
She's serious. I know. So, all right, Lil.
Yeah.
Your story, I want to tell everybody about it because I think it's really going to resonate and connect and inspire, okay? 4 years before, okay, your relationships in the past, how have they been? Tell everybody where you came from. Like, what? How it's been, yeah.
How long do we have?
Yeah.
My past relationships, like from where? From when?
Let's just talk about, your marriage, your last marriage.
I know, because I've been married twice.
two marriages, and I think it's good for people to know that. Your first one was really young. You're 21.
I think there's going to be some parallels in between for, I think, those two marriages and probably different relationships also. So, yeah, like about them. I don't know. I think that it's usually my biggest thing that I think that I learned from your program that I wasn't doing before was anyone who was interested in me, I just kind of like, okay.
Yeah.
I think I had a need to be, loved or liked, and I just kind of, and I could see the good in everybody, really. But it turned out like, I think they were kind of toxic relationships.
Okay, there's two huge things that happened for sure that I saw and I know that I've done in my past, so that's why I can easily see it, right? And for a lot of women that are listening, you would get with people and connect with them and see the good and be like, oh my gosh, but like, yeah, they're struggling with this, but I could help them.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, guess what? Did you end up fixing them?
No.
like hell.
Yeah.
No, this is like number one, like huge thing that I feel like what I absolutely love is that Caro, took years. I would tell her, Caro, go run. This isn't working. But everyone's on their own journey. And I know that she needed to do what she needed to do. And in her own time, she realized, 100,000,000%.
What's crazy is that I think they used to tell me for years, and I never believed it. You're like, oh, you could have like a partner that's completely fine, completely, and like you guys, and it's just be an equal partner, and you don't have to fix anything, and everything is just like harmonious. And I was like, what? I was like,
no.
That can happen. Like, what?
No, but like that's so true because you didn't believe me. Like I feel like you're like, oh, like that's just your story. Like I was like this lucky one, and it didn't exist. Actually, the other day, literally, I was doing my nails with someone, and this lady goes, oh yeah, she's been with this guy for 7 years, and it's gone like in circles, and she's waiting around for him to finally step up, and he hasn't. And she's just like, yeah, but like happiness, like, who's really happy? You're not happy, right? And I'm like, what? And I'm just like, it's so true. Like, how many people are really thinking, yeah, but no one's really happy. Why do they do that? Like, why?
It's Oh, you're asking me. No, because I really, because I thought that was impossible. Like I was like, I go, Jackie, you're 1 in a million.
Yeah,
that You're, and Will is amazing. Jackie's
But let's
husband is
dig
amazing.
deeper. Let's dig even fucking deeper.
Okay. Oh, you can curse on this thing?
Yeah, we fucking curse on this shit. Everybody knows this. Like, it's explicit, bitches. No, they know it's all with love. But seriously, Lil, like, it all comes down to knowing your worth.
Self-worth, yeah.
Your worth. Mm-hmm. And you're fucking worthy.
Yeah. And what's so crazy is that so you choose, and there's mind you, I don't want to trash talk any relationships because I've learned and I've grown and I don't regret anything, Mm-hmm. It is, but I think that it's so funny because you choose those relationships, or I chose those relationships because I didn't feel worthy of, I thought that that's all, I had to deal with it, and then I guess. The longer you stay in that kind of relationship, like the less you feel like you're enough, like the less self-worth you have. So it's just never, ending. So by the time that you leave a relationship, I mean, I needed years of therapy. Like really, it was your program. Yeah.
No, and you know what? I love that Lil Caro, you were going to therapy, right? Mm-hmm. Even though that's another. I always say. I studied therapy. I got my degree in psychology. I just love being a coach because I love to give advice and push your ass out of your own way and get shit happening. Mm-hmm. So this is what I absolutely love. Caro finally gets out after 15 years in a marriage, right? And with a really good person, right? But he had a whole bunch of struggles, right? Once Caro realized, okay, I can't fix him. I can't save this marriage. Bye-bye, right? She closes that chapter and she ends up moving to Tenerife. You leave?
Well, first I moved to Miami.
Oh, yeah, to Miami. Step one. She was living in Boca Raton.
I even said, I'm like, if I were to move from Boca to Miami, it'd be one step closer to Tenerife.
Right. And so now she finally ends up, I don't know if you want to share that part of the story. When you're in Miami, I'm in Tenerife. You have your 2 little kids and you have, just been divorced. I went over to Miami to help her through this divorce, you guys, because, it was a lot happening. Yeah. It was a heavy story, right?
I'd rather not go into details.
Yeah, because it's heavy and it's not necessary. But the point is that family sticks together. And when Caro was going through her shit, she ends up saying, you know what? I want to be with my family in Tenerife, which takes a shitload of courage, you guys. Yeah. And this is what I love about Caro's journey, okay? Because it's not just necessarily about finding your person, living happily ever after. It's about Caro in her own self, feeling self-fulfilled because she's a badass boss who has her own company. She doesn't need anybody's money or any of that shit. She's always been like that. She's always been a boss. But now she's thinking, you know what? I can find happiness. I don't need happiness. I don't need a man or a partner to find happiness or fulfillment. So you were like in your own stride, right?
So first, you just get a couple parts. Like when I moved to Miami, after 5 months of being completely single and getting myself together and doing therapy, and it was definitely, I felt better. But then I was like trying to like fill like the void. I was like, maybe I need to find somebody because the father of my kids, like my ex-husband, just wasn't like, and he even said, he's like trying to find someone to be a parental figure for them. So I think I was like trying to fill literally the first person that came up. I was like, okay, I guess we'll try you. I was like, and let's not go into it. But like,
wait, stop.
No, I'm not gonna talk details.
Wait a second. Stop. We have to go. Just one example of that fucking guy. No, because that was a perfect bye-bye time. Yes. I meet him day 1. Caro was so cute because I was playing in Miami. That was like a year I was living in Miami.
Mind you, everyone's a great person. Everyone I dated.
Oh, yes, Caro, don't worry. We're not saying their freaking names. Relax. So listen to me. I'm playing in Miami with my band, and and Caro has a perfect plan. She's like, Jackie, I'm finally going to listen to you. I'm going to bring any guy that I go on a date with. I'm going to bring him to you and like make it casual. Like, oh, my twin is just playing at a show, and let's just hang out. So I met this guy, and she's like, Jackie, what do you think of him? And I'm like, oh, fuck no. I'm like, run, bitch. And you were like, okay, I'm going to move in together. Essentially, that's exactly what happened. Because why? This is so important, you guys. Caro was in a pattern in that time. What was your pattern?
I don't like test riddles. I don't like test questions. Just tell me the answer.
No, because you were so used to, having somebody there and making. This is the time. You remember, you guys, because Caro went backwards a little bit. This is when Caro had gotten out of her 15-year marriage. And she was kind of always feeling like she needed someone there, always to fill, like you said, fill the void.
Yeah.
So there we are. This guy.
I had been married before that too. And I only had a 3-month gap between my first marriage and when I met my ex-husband. So I've always been like codependent, like kind of had someone, whatever,
Right. And so, Caro ends up kind of living with this guy. I end up going back to Tenerife. Oh, no. It's a whole thing. Anyway, listen to me. The point is, I was very used to Caro not listening. This is the whole point, okay? Caro didn't listen to me for years. And now she dated, they broke up, and then they dated another guy. What did I say the first day I meet him and talk to him?
It's a hard no.
It's a hard no. Like, run. And she's like, well, I just want to hang out with, like, hook up a little bit because she's feeling a little bit. Like, listen to me, you guys. And I get you women. I know it. You're like, whatever. It's just for fun. What was so fun? What ended up happening?
We ended up going off like 10 months.
10 months later. And not only that, was it fun? No, bitch. No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
It was some fun. I mean,
it was some fun. You guys, let's just make it really clear, okay? This is so clear. Caro was doing the physical connection prior to emotional connection. Yes or no?
For sure.
And this is something that, I was like, wow, folks, I'm telling her run. She's saying she's not listening. Okay. I go to Tenerife, live my best life with my husband and my kids. She ends up coming over here. Okay. This was last year, October. And I start this coaching program working with women, teaching them my method to find your person that I used.
Yeah.
Caro's like, bitch, you're helping people. You're helping these women.
Because I saw success stories.
Yes. And you're like, why don't you help me? Like, I'm your twin. And I'm like, literally, I've like tried to talk to you for like 40 years. And you like never listen. And you're like, you know what? I'm going to listen for real. Like, that's it. Like, I'm signing up for your program.
Now can I say something?
Yes.
Okay, so me moving to Tenerife to be with my family, I had done a lot of growth. So I had gotten better at dating. At least it wasn't no more 10 months. At least it was like 3 weeks at a time.
Yes.
I dated like 2 different people for 3 weeks at a time. And I was like, no, this is, because I knew. I was like, I'm looking for my partner and I'd rather be alone than like with somebody who's not going to be like equal footing. Again, we want the same thing. So
now she was getting definitely
better.
She was getting way better. She was getting way better, but still settling. And I really saw how she could, because at the end of the day, you guys, time.
Also, can I say something?
Yeah.
Like also the online dating. So at the time, exactly, I was wasting so much time, like talking to these people, and like it just wasn't a good fit. I was going on dates, like even though I wasn't pursuing it after one date, it's kind of disillusioning. It kind of affects you, disheartening maybe. Yeah. So it wastes your time, So
I really feel like so many people listening right now are like, oh my God, preach, because that's how they're feeling. Mm-hmm. They feel like, oh my gosh, there is no one out there. This is a waste of my life. This is going nowhere. So
at some point, I just thought, you know what? I was going to be a single parent forever.
Perfect.
I mean,
nothing wrong with that.
Stay single. And then that's it. And live my best life and travel and have my kids and just be fulfilled with my family and just never find someone.
Yeah.
That's pretty much
This is where, honestly, you guys, and I really feel this in my soul, that everybody has their person out there. Like, I really feel that to the core. I am adamant about it. And it's just that we're in our own fucking way. So Caro was in her own way. And finally, Caro's like, you know what? I'm going to join your program. Yeah. June 1st. It's a 4-week coaching program. I go, Caro, you actually have to listen to me. I go, wait a second, that requires, I have rules and you have to like actually do the work.
And first and foremost, I saw her core video, right? I don't know what you call it.
Yeah, it's core. It's a core level of all the videos. Okay. Yeah.
It was so impressive. I was like, oh my gosh. I had like aha moments with that alone.
Yes.
So I was like, oh my gosh, like you're like really impressive. Like, you know what you're doing. Like, okay. And like,
you guys, she was such a bitch about it. She's like, Jackie, I just can't can't believe that, like, you're, like, really brilliant. I'm like, Caro, you're an asshole. I'm like, for years I've been trying to help you, and now you're finally like, you know, give me a credit token, you know? I was like,
here's
okay.
your token.
Thanks a lot, pal. Thanks. So she now is like, she's getting it. She's having, like, massive breakthroughs, massive aha moments, implementing what she's learning on the group calls.
Which that in itself was amazing. Like, at that point, I was like, oh my gosh, like, just making sense of things. Like awareness is huge.
Yeah, awareness.
Why was I doing the things I was doing? It was
Why
really
are
huge.
you choosing who you're choosing?
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
God. And you're like attachment style. Like that shit is,
Yes,
knowledge
that's
is
huge.
power.
I was like, oh.
So now you guys.
I could have saved so much time. I was like, I wish I had that program years ago.
Gato, but you did have me in your fucking pocket. You're like in the super VIP program, Gato.
Yeah,
like
it's okay.
literally.
Just continue your story. Get to the good stuff.
This is all gold because at the end of the day, I want you guys to hear this. Gato going through all this journey, heartache, feeling disillusioned, but then she joins. She's like, you know what? Maybe there is hope for me. Guess what? What the hell? This is like something that it's like from the movies. 12 days after she completes the program, I can see Caro going out and living her life, not looking for love, but just making space to meet her person. And she is so intentional. You know, I am very big about people.
Well, I was talking to people, like, right? Like online.
Oh, you're online,
Yeah,
yes.
but then I wasn't even seeing them in person. I was asking really critical questions like you told me to.
Exactly.
Like before I even met with them. So I would do a text and not even on a phone, not even a phone call.
Not even a phone call. There's, you know, I basically trained her to be a freaking dating ninja.
Yeah.
I was like, you're going to ask the real questions from the beginning. We're not going to stay on the surface. And she's like, oh my God, but I feel weird asking. Do it. Let's go. And that's exactly what you started doing. And you were getting more comfortable with it. You're like, yeah. Because at the end of the day, you started to have more faith than fear.
Yeah. Yeah, that's huge. Yeah, and
Gato is still having aha moments, you guys.
No, because that's one of the things that I learned with your program is like have trust in the universe, like trust the universe, and that's hard to do sometimes. When you go on a lot of bad days, you have like things, it's just waste of time. It's disheartening. It's just kind of like, you know what? Let me take a break because the universe. I don't know what the hell you're doing. Maybe I don't know. I just kind of wanted to fall in my lap. I was just like, you know, it is disheartening. But I leaned into that. I was like, you know what? I've got to have faith that the universe, like it's, you know, I'll meet my person. I just need to have space for it, like you're saying. Don't waste time with the wrong guy.
100,000,000%. And then 12 days after she was done, okay, you are online, connect, and now you're talking to different guys. And by the way, you guys, whoever you are right now thinking online dating, I'll never do it. You guys, fuck you. Like, I'm not even joking right now. No, I'm serious.
Really explicit.
I don't listen. No, because no one's saying it. Everyone is saying, oh, online dating is the worst. Oh my God, there's no good guys out there. Oh my God. I am like bullshit. I'm calling bullshit because there are so many people finding love online. And you are limiting yourself with this limiting belief, and I have to shake you up.
The way I see it too is like because sometimes I would want to say that, and I've heard many friends say that, but I'm like, I am on there. If I am, no, because I'm saying, you know, I feel like I'm a good person. I'm a good catch, and a friend would be like, well, you're like rare. Like I have a guy friend who'd be like, you're like no one exists like you. I'm like, but they do. Like if you can't be like, no, I'm not that. You know, there's other amazing, awesome people that are out there thinking the same thing you are. So you have to just find them and not waste time with the other ones.
That's right. Look at you. I just feel like, you know, I'm so proud. I'm just so happy right now. So she gets a message from a guy, which I love this message because clearly the guy looked at her profile. It's a huge. And what did he say?
It's my guy you're talking about.
And now I'm talking about your guy.
Okay.
Yes. What happened to that guy? What did he write again? Peaky Blinders.
Oh yeah.
What did he say?
So something on Netflix. Like so he was like instead of one, he picked Breaking Bad instead of
Peaky Blinders. I think it was.
No. He said Ozark, Peaky Blinders, and Breaking Bad, and the Breaking Bad was instead of something else. And I was like, which 100% I was in agreement with. But the bottom line is like he read my stuff. We have the similar, you know, like
interest, and exactly. I feel that it is so important on online dating. It's the same core that I like thing that I teach in regular life, right? Making space, really showing up authentically, putting as much information on the profile. Like, don't if you're a mom, a single mom, don't hide your children. Oh, yeah. Like, if you want kids, say it on your fucking profile. Like, don't play games. Be for real. Like, I see myself starting a family. You know what I mean? So Caro wrote that she's a mom of 2 kids, and I love Netflix, blah blah. The guy took a moment and read this stuff, wrote her an actual great first, starter chat. And I look at his profile, and I said, "Stop right there."
Well, first of all, I had already noticed it. I just was gonna not mention it. But hold on, can I say something about that? Okay, it was like, what are you looking for? And he had casual / long-term relationship.
Sorry. Let me clarify that, because for the people that are not on online dating and they're not into it, a lot of these platforms provide a prompt. So the prompt was, "What are you looking for?"
You could say something casual, long-term, whatever. So he put both casual / long-term. And mind you, the guy had just talked to me before him. Like I say his name, but like I had just been talking for 3 days. The guy was great, seemingly. We were hitting it off, had tons of great conversation. 3 days in, I said, "Oh, what are you looking for?" He's like, "I don't know." Like, whatever, just open to things. Like, what? Like, no, I was like, no. And I go, you know what? And I remember telling him, I go, I know what I want. I want to find like my partner. Like, I want something long term. I want to find like my life partner. So he's like, "Oh, okay. Well, you know what?" And then he's like, "Well, sorry." And then he went back and goes, "Does that, whoever tells you that is probably going to be lying. Like, that doesn't exist." I was like, oh my God, it's so bye-bye. Like, no, I had already done Jackie's program. And I was like, look at this. He's trying to get in my head. Like, no.
Yeah. And they're trying to put that fear in you.
Yeah.
So you can settle for their bullshit and waste your damn time. It's bye-bye time.
Yeah.
So now this guy comes in, sends you the chat, and then I say to you, even though you started talking to him, I said, "Stop right there. Look at his profile. It says," and you're like, "Oh yeah, I saw that, but I guess I'll figure it out 3 days later." What the fuck? No. I say right now, ask him. Which one is it? Long term or short or casual?
Casual, that's what I said.
And you were like, "But should I? Maybe not."
I wanted to, but
you were scared.
Yeah.
Because you were like, "Oh, but I really like that he's into this, and that."
Yeah, we had hit it off already.
But none of that matters if he's just looking to have sex and go bye-bye, right?
Yes, exactly.
You see, this is like the whole point. So Caro's like, "Okay, you know what? I'm gonna fucking do it. Like, I'm gonna trust in this."
I was like, oh my gosh, just crossing my fingers, like, answer correctly. And he said long term.
And not only that, what I love is when I met him, he is so adorable. He's like, "I love that you weren't playing games," and that and he was like, "I am looking for long term. I was just scared to put it because it would scare so many girls away." I just like love that.
Yeah.
Your person is going to be so excited when you show up 100% you.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Where the fuck have you been my whole life?" Well, he didn't say fuck, but you know what I mean, right?
Yeah, both of us, yeah.
Okay, so it's like, I'm bringing Rex on. That's his name. And he's amazing. Like, and I literally cried. Like, when I saw them two together and just so happy and love. I feel like all the prayers have been answered.
So cute.
I know. I almost like quit like coaching. I was like mission
to do all of that just to find me someone.
I feel like you are my hardest client. Like, I don't know if you've ever worked with family, but to me, working with Caro, like, that was like, oh my gosh. Yeah. If Caro can find love,
yes, that's how I got you to recruit one of my friends. Yes. I was like, if she found me someone, anyone can find
anyone right now. If you're listening to this,
not just someone, like my life partner. Like, I want to marry this person. It's awesome. Like, yeah.
Okay, stop. I'm like obsessed with this. I can't stand it.
Third time's a charm.
Third time's a charm. Like, who gives a shit? Yes. Yeah. Caro, seriously, now we're gonna wrap it up soon. I know. I'm just so excited about this. Your relationship with Rex right now. How does it compare? How does it compare to what you've been through, to your other relationships, and how is this different? Is this crazy love?
It's completely, it's a crazy, zenfully happy
bitch, get it right. It's completely real and authentically zenfully you.
Okay, that's a little tongue twister there. But that's how it is. I feel like we're just on the same page. We're on the, we adore each other. We're crazy about each other. We want the same things. He's an amazing person. I think we're both. I don't know. I spent my life with him, So I don't the rest of my life with him. That'd be awesome. So no, it's completely different. It's not toxic. It's healthy. He brings out the best in me. I think that we kind of help each other. We're like, it's really cool. It's like all the things that I thought couldn't happen happens. It's awesome.
You guys, I can't begin to tell you. I want you guys to make sure you tune in to that episode. the next one, because I will have Rex and Caro together talking about their crazy love for each other, because it's absolutely gold. I am telling you, this exists for you. I want this story, Caro's story, to really resonate with you. I want it to like move you.
I know. Oh, by the way, that's another thing. Like some of my friends here were like, "Oh, in Tenerife, it's like Lonely Hearts Island, like only like 1 million people." Now, mind you, it can feel small because I mean, I went on a date with someone. We live in the north. Someone in the south that lives in the south, and I saw him again in the north. And it's like it feels like, oh my god, did I just date everyone in the island that's eligible? But no, like when Rex and I met, like he's from England, has been here for 13 years. We both divorced. Like I think that the universe, like what Jackie's been saying, has your paths gonna cross. Like you have to have faith in that.
I love that you mentioned that because I am not joking. So many women I work with always say, but there are no men where I live. I'm like, wait a second, bitch, you live in Miami. What are you talking about? You live in fucking Miami. I live in Tenerife. It's like 800,000 people. Like, give me a break.
I think it's
dude.
a million now. It's
a million now. What I'm trying to say is those are limiting beliefs right now that you need to trash. You need to see something, okay? That you're the common denominator. At the end of the day, Caro, when all these things were failing miserably, what was the thing in common in each of those?
It's me.
It's you, baby. But as soon as Caro changed the way she dated, like she was intentional, she took action. Yeah. She was like, you know what?
Because I mean, can I tell you a couple of relationships that I had? I literally was like, oh, this is not gonna work out at all. Like, and I actually literally told them that it's not gonna work out. And then they would somehow like convince me, like, you know what? Like, give me a whirl, like, give me a try. And then I was like, okay, let me waste months of my life. Not waste. I feel bad. I mean, but yeah.
Don't feel bad.
So now I was like, I don't care. I was asking questions, getting answers. And
didn't someone
have intention?
Wait, didn't someone tell you, Caro, that they said, "Oh, I'm just waiting for you to realize that I'm no good for you"?
I've heard that a couple times though.
Yes, a guy will tell you like he's no good for you, and you're like scared probably that there's nothing else out there, so might as well just have a warm body near you. No, yes or no?
Can we go back to the positive things of the warm body thing?
Back to the positive. I am so happy for you, Lil. Thank you for showing up here, putting it all out on blast.
Hey.
I really hope it is. What's your last message for everybody out there listening?
No, I endorse this message. I endorse Jackie's program.
No, it's not about the program. This is something that I really want to say, though. And I love that you were saying that, but you don't need to say that at all. I want what I teach in the program to be in my podcast. So someone can be listening to the freaking podcast every Monday and Thursday and learn and be like, oh my gosh, I got this little Jiminy Cricket in my freaking pocket telling me things to empower my ass to change my life and find my person.
That's awesome. But if somebody's really looking for, I mean, not that I don't know if you're trying to sell anything, but you think 100% they should do your program. It's more effective. I mean, but this is so cool. Yeah,
you're so cute. I'm not even taking clients right now. I'm like, stop talking about it. No. I am going to do it in January. New year, new you, new boo.
Okay.
What?
That is cute. Did you just make that up?
No, God, I didn't just make that up.
You're so clever.
I gotta give credit
you
to
are brilliant.
I can't even take it. My freaking amazing friend, coach, mentor, she freaking thought of that. I was like, that is gold. So yeah, that'll be in January, and you can DM me about it.
So then I guess I'll be here again with Rex.
Oh my God,
Next time.
Of course you're gonna be here with Rex. I can't stand it.
Okay.
Thank you guys, and listen, and remember, it has to be crazy love or nothing. Oh, we're so cute together. Bye.